Get in on the action this season with Underdog Fantasy's Pick'em game. Select higher or lower between 2 and 8 players and compete for up to 325 times your entry. Use code DIRECTOR when signing up to receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick. Action.
Who's got it better than us?
Yo, everybody. Sorry, we're a little bit late here. We had some technical difficulties, but we're doing a draft, and it's happening like right now. So we're going to jump in there real quick. We're going to go over what's going on while the draft is commencing. Okay, so we're jumping right into it, starting the draft. Okay, here we go. It is time. So for those of you guys who don't know what's going on, we threw down a link earlier today, basically reopening the big draft on sleeper.com. We did this a couple of years ago, and for the guys that and the crew members that saw the link early enough and jumped in early enough, they're going to be part of a 12-man fantasy football league that we're going to monitor throughout the season alongside the Underdog Fantasy best ball drafts that we've already done. But I figured it'd be fun, man. It's been a while since we've had like an actual season-long standard, sort of fantasy football league, and we wanted to get everybody in here to enjoy that. So, and hopefully everybody's in here. I don't know if the little green dot here means that it's time, it's go time, everybody's here and ready to go, but we'll see what happens. I think for the most part, everybody should be attending, and we can ready rock and roll, man. It should be fun. Yeah, dude. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Am I hearing somebody else in this room? I don't know how it works. Here we go. So, Justin Herbert went 101. All right. Justin Herbert 101. We have the 8th pick. It's a 12-man league. And by the way, I guess I did a really bad job of putting the stakes down. So, at first, I hadn't done one on Sleeper in a very long time. So, I thought they were going to handle all the league fees and everything. It was supposed to be a $25 buy-in. I don't think it ended up happening, but either way, there was going to be something up for grabs for first place anyway. I guess I'll show it to you guys while waiting to get to our pick. This here is a signed Asante Samuel jersey. We're going to be giving that away to the number one first place guy in this league, including myself. If I win it, I'll probably just get a frame and hang it up myself. But yeah, first place is going to be competing for a signed Asante Samuel Jr. jersey. And yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun, dude. I think we did this last time we did this. I think I put up for grabs a signed Kellen Winslow helmet, which was pretty cool. This time around, it's going to be a jersey, which should be fun. What about DAZN? They fixed it. I don't know if you've tried it since then. Black, is it Black Rifle, like the coffee, right? Go ahead and try it out again. See if you can watch a little bit of NFL Network, because if you can do that, then you'll be able to watch the games. They emailed me and told me they figured it out. That the old DAZN tried to pull a fast one, and ExpressVPN were able to sort it. Looking spiffy in the collared shirt. Thanks. All right. Our pick is coming up next. And that's crazy. Sleeper's talking to me, which is kind of crazy. And we got some awesome players still here on the board, man. Again, it's half-point PPR. I don't know what Sleeper's rankings look like, but most of the time you're not going to see Breece Hall available this late at the 8th pick. So I'm going to take him, and I feel good about it. Breece Hall is going to be the running back that we go with. Amon-Ra, AJ would have been good too. Certainly some nice players down here, but Breece Hall, I think, is an awesome, awesome pick at the A spot. We have to come down a little bit to see everybody. Yeah, we'll do that. I know it's a little harder to see on the stream, but I want everybody's teams to be. You can see everybody's team on the stream here too. So shout out to the competitors in this fantasy football league. We got Z Show, Saint Razo, a Saint man. He's been in almost every single one of our fantasy leagues this season so far. We got ASAP, we got Smitch, we got Big Dur, Young West, Herbicide, of course myself, March Madness, Morthenian, he was actually in, that's crazy you got in this one, Morthenian. He was actually in the last sleeper league that we did. What was that, Morthenian, like 3 years ago? That's crazy, man. We got another director in here, Director's KS, and then we got Chazicus. Is that Chase again? I don't know, man. Is that Chambo? Oh, Chambo was it, wasn't it? Chambo was it, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. Well, cool to see everybody in here, man. Cool to see everybody in here. Yeah. Why can't I get in a league? I'm so sorry, Chase. Weren't you in one of the underdog leagues? I know. I tried to make this a big one and give just the crew members a shot at it. I figured it was a probably good bet that just the crew members would be able to fill it up. We posted it, I don't know, probably around 11 or noon today for all the crew members to look at. And man, it filled up pretty quick, man. I wasn't expecting it to fill up that quick. It filled up probably within like an hour, maybe 30 minutes, just from the members only. What's up, Chase? Dropping another gift and say, hey, we're just talking to Black Rifle. Thank you, Chase. Thank you so much, my man. Hope your sister's well. Thank you. Sorry, everybody. I'm kind of waking up. I dozed off for like an hour, and I woke up. I was like, oh, my God, the draft's in like 10 minutes. Been a long one out here. But I'm excited, man. I can't get me enough fantasy football, dude. My wife, she drafted her team in like a 10-year long. She used to work at this restaurant, and they were all in a fantasy football league there. Even though she's not working there anymore, she's still in that league, and it's very competitive. And she had an awesome draft, man. It was awesome. She did really, really well. And then, of course, we've been doing drafts here. I wanted to do one with you guys this weekend. And then I have my big home league draft on Sunday. We're going to go out to a restaurant and do our yearly thing there this year. And very, very excited stuff, man. Very exciting stuff. But going over some of the teams and selections so far, Z Show coming in with Justin Herbert to start things off. We got CMC, Justin Jefferson, CD Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, cool. Robinson, Hall, St. Brown, A.J. Brown, Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, Garrett Wilson, Kelsey. And we're going to be back up here in just a couple more picks. And I like what I'm looking at, man. So far, so good. On the number 8 overall pick, we got ourselves a fantastic running back. Do we double down on running back? Is there going to be maybe one of these talented wide receivers available a little bit later on down here? I don't know. I think at this point, like, my draft strategy always gets thrown out the window because I don't expect people, because I was expecting at the 8 spot in this draft to be going with a wide receiver. Like at the 8 spot, I was like, cool, we're probably going to end up with A.J. Brown. Instead, we got Breece Hall, which is still it's a big win. Now we got to turn around and think about what we're going to be doing in terms of drafting the rest of the way. Because this is a season long. You guys want me to double down? I mean, there's good options. There's Derrick Henry. I mean, Derrick Henry and Breece Hall is an awesome combo. Saquon would be great. I love Achane, Josh Jacobs. I mean, there's some good options down here. We'll just see what's available. Unlike some people, I'm not too. Oh wait, let's take that off. I'm not too deterred by Puka Nacua, who should be seeing a new life this year. Now understanding his potential with him and Cooper Kupp. I don't know. Either or. We'll see what happens here with March Madness. March Madness, if he goes Saquon, I think we know what we're gonna do. Yeah, I think we're gonna jump. I don't have very many shares of Marvin Harrison, but this dude could be absolutely flippin' fantastic. Rookie wide receivers have been banging the past couple of seasons. This is maybe the best we've seen in a decade. It sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch this dude play, man. I'm gonna go with Marvin Harrison as our wide receiver 1. And have some fun with it, especially since we hit so hard on Breece Hall in the first round. It was close. I would have considered Puka because he's a little bit more proven, But Marvin Harrison, dude, like, I don't know, man. It feels like you want to have a blast this season. You're willing to roll those dice a little bit. Marvin Harrison is as good of a bet as it gets when you're looking at these talented rookie wide receivers that have been sweeping the nation the past couple of seasons in fantasy football. I mean, you take a look at the big boys now, man. They're all pretty recently drafted. You know what I mean? So maybe the best that we've seen in the past generation will stick out even year one in fantasy football. Ghost best energy drink, by the way. There's a couple of them that are pretty good. I tend to not drink them very much off stream anymore, which is pretty cool. I dig it. You want to live in Vegas, underdog? Even blocks VPNs. That's crazy, man. That's nuts. That would drive me, especially Vegas of all places, doing that. That's a little crazy to think about, isn't it? It's kind of crazy. Okay. Saint, I just got out of work. Very excited to be part of this. Hey, thanks so much for joining. Saint, dude, you've been in all the action with all the fantasy leagues so far, and it's definitely going to make the season a lot more exciting. I don't know, if you were to lump in the best ball leagues that we've done, I think I'm in like 20 leagues, but I'm not going to worry about that because I don't have to manage those in the years. I just have to like look at them. You know what I mean? As far as drafted leagues, this is probably my 4th, with my 5th coming up on Sunday, right? So I don't know. It's even then I feel like I don't get enough. You get that one shot before the season, and then you're riding, right? And I'm a big fantasy football guy. Big fantasy football guy. Can't get enough of it. Derrick Henry, Drake London. All right, baby. We got to wait until our next pick, so we're just going to have to wait and see if we got ourselves some value a little ways down the board here. Chazikis, what's up? He says, thanks for letting me in the league. So hype. Hey, dude, I'm glad you got in. Oh, that's who you are up there. Cool. Chazikis in the chat. Glad we. If you guys are also in the league live with us, please speak up in the comment section so we can point your team out to everybody, and we can rub elbows and give you a hard time at the end of it while we're doing our grades, right? I know. You love fantasy, it's your fix. I'm telling you, dude. And it feels like there's not enough time, right? Even though, like, you've been waiting all year for it, and then all of a sudden, it's draft week, and you're like, oh my God, I need everything. I need all of it. I need more. It's here, man. It's definitely here. Cameron Dicker 4-year extension. Let's go, dude. That's big. Like the Chargers have not been shy about making moves lately, huh? It's a good old Joe Ortiz has not gotten a wink of sleep. He's been a busy man. Of course, we extended Cameron Dicker through 2028, which is awesome, right? We're going to have ourselves a nice kicker for a while. We moved Isaiah Spiller off the practice squad, which was kind of shocking. No more him. They were trying to make room for Jarrett Patterson. Just totally understandable. He was really good in the offseason. Yeah. I see you. Yeah, taking a look at some of these stacks now. Z-Show going with another quarterback at the top. I wonder if he's auto-drafting a little bit here. Have to wonder. Z-Show, I hope it's all right, man. I would be looking at other positions, though. I've been looking at other positions. I've been looking at, wide receiver, running back. Quarterback is something that tends to get weighted on a little bit. Try and follow the ADP. It'll help you out a little bit. The average draft position will help you out a little bit if you're a bit of a beginner. But nothing wrong with taking Justin Herbert. JT Woods, I saw that too. Yeah, JT Woods got scooped by the Eagles. He got scooped by the Eagles, dude. Which makes me think like we were maybe on to something, with his development and his experimenting on the outside at corner. But hey, don't cry over spilled milk. It feels like Jim Harbaugh and Joe Ortiz, they have a way of building a team that doesn't latch on to projects very long, and it's also an opportunity for them to clean house a little bit and put stock into players that they actually handpick, right? Like these are 3rd, 4th, and so on rounders from the Brandon Staley regime and the Tom Telesco era. And those players sometimes may be held on to a little bit too long. It was kind of a trade of Tom Telesco for a while. It was kind of, holding on a little too long. And it did certainly make things complicated. It made things complicated when you got to a point where you're holding on to so many projects and none of them are hitting. You know what I mean? Kind of taking up space on the roster. Okay, so we're up in what? 1, 2, 3 picks. Devontae Adams off the board. What are we looking at? We got Marvin Harrison, Breece Hall. So far, so good. We'll take a look. We want to double up on wide receiver. Do we go back to running back? Let's see. Wide receiver. I mean, there's going to be some value, right? There's always some value at wide receiver. What about running back? Rashad White, James Cook, Kenneth Walker. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting no man's land once you pass up on a couple more of these names here. But we'll see where the value's at, man. I mean, I wouldn't mind. We're up in 2 picks. I wouldn't mind Mike Evans. I wouldn't mind Nico Collins. My watch is sending me every pick notification. It's been a while since we opened up Sleeper. I like Sleeper. I'm going to give Sleeper a solid shot this year. But it felt like one of those platforms that's easy to get into for an event like this, right? A league like this. Get Kenneth Walker, build the run game. We'll see who's there, man. Let's see who's there. We are up now. Nico Collins off the board. I mean, Mike Evans has never led me astray. I don't want to go straight ADP if I can avoid it, though. We have one of the best running backs. We have a very high ceiling wide receiver. Would like a better floor wide receiver, which Mike Evans is. Of the other wide receivers, let's see. We only have 60 seconds, by the way. Of the other wide receivers, I mean, do we take a chance on a lesser wide receiver too later? I think we do. I think I'm going to zig. I'm going to zig. I normally don't do this, but just based on the talent on the board and based on what we're doing now. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go tight end, baby. Let's go tight end. Let's go Sam Laporta. Let's get the very best fantasy football tight end. Let's go number 1 at one position and feel good about it, man. I mean, it's something that, again, I normally don't go that route. I like taking tight end at a value. But just kind of based on where everybody's at, and I know there's a bit of, concern behind him, not being able to replicate his rookie season. But hey, that was his rookie season, dude, and he was amazing. And the offense looks very similar. I don't know, man. You could do a lot worse than taking the number 1 tight end in fantasy. When there's 12 teams, that could end up being a pretty valuable, advantage week to week. Because I know where to find some value later on at receiver, and running back might be something we circle around to later. But number 1 tight end, I'm cool with it. I'm definitely cool with it. Used the ESPN fantasy app for like 5-6 years. Been involved with fantasy drafts since 2005 to 2006. Yeah, man, I've been a Yahoo guy. Our 12-year-old league has been on Yahoo this whole time, which is definitely fun. I like Sleeper. We've been thinking about moving over to Sleeper, but I'm not quite there yet. You know what I mean? Keep rejoining because it stops updating after it pick. Envy, which team are you, man? What's your team name in here? I hope that you're not getting shanked right now. Director SKS or Directors KS coming in with Lad McConkey. I had a feeling, man. These drafts you're always going to see the banger Chargers come off the board a little early. That's definitely going to be a bit early for him. But hey, man, Lad could be the dude this year. Everybody knows it. All Chargers fans understand that. Laporte is a good pick. Yeah, I mean, again, you're trying to find advantages when there's going to be slim pickings later, right? And I think a number 1 tight end, the number 1 tight end is not a bad idea. It depends on your perspective. Kelsey could be that. For me, it's Laporta. And that's definitely not a bad risk to take, especially if we're looking at like a wide receiver 2 anyway. Like the distance between Mike Evans, who was going to be the pick, and then the next guy, which is looking like we're going to have ourselves not a bad option, is not too dramatic to where I'm like, okay, let's take the best tight end. We'll circle around. We'll get ourselves a pretty nice wide receiver 2. That's not too far away from Mike Evans anyway. Because I see a couple of them where I'm definitely like, yeah, cool. Let's go. Let's rock. There's still a lot to love in Trey McBride, Mark Andrews, and stuff like that, Dalton Kincaid, but I like having the number one. I feel pretty good about it. He was in NFL Fantasy League last year with someone who jumped ship, the Chargers fan. So you left his league? Oh, no. You made the right call, though, Hugo. Yahoo, holy crap, blast from the past. Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely the one, man. I don't know like who decided it was going to be Yahoo, but we've been on that platform for over a decade now, and I love it. I don't see anything wrong with it. So we're looking at Morthenian, who's back on the board. Morthenian, AJ Brown, ETN, Mike Evans. So far, very balanced team. He looks really good at wide receiver. He's probably looking at Rashad White and James Cook a little bit here. He also has options. If he wanted to go doubling up on wide receiver, Waddle's not bad. And he's also got options down here. Let's see what he's had. James Cook is a good pick. That's probably what I would have gone with too. Rashad White's tempting, but I think James Cook in that offense is going to get a lot of opportunity to make some noise. He's a Chiefs fan now. Oh, bruh, that's definitely jumping ship, isn't it? That's riding with the easy teams, right? That's too bad. Hang on, you dudes. I got kids playing in the backyard. I got cameras back there, just shooting off a whole bunch of notifications. Let's turn that off for a minute. There we go. All right, March Madness. 6 seconds, and then we're back on the clock. I'm telling you right now, man, there's two players I'm already like auto-picking at this point. He went White. Jalen Waddle is very tempting here. Very, because I wanted to go wide receiver anyway. And there's like 3 or 4 wide receivers that really have my eye right now. I mean, of course, we could go Kenneth Walker. We can go Mixon. We could roll the dice even further and go with Malik Neighbors. But, man, Waddle, and for me, Cooper Kupp, I feel like, is really being slept on right now. DJ Moore could have another solid bounce-back year, or I should say, like, follow-up year to a really good season with the Bears. He's got a better quarterback now. Oh, but wide receiver 2. It's hard not to love the upside of Jalen Waddle. But in the end, I feel like as far as someone consistent for my team that provides a very solid floor, Cooper Kupp's got to be among the best, right? And it's easy to forget him because of the injury and because of Puka Nacua, but we're looking for a little bit of a safer floor as we have already got one of the best running backs in the league. In my opinion, we got RB2. We have tight end 1. And then we have an unknown at wide receiver. He could be wide receiver 10. He could be wide receiver 5. He could be wide receiver 20. Cooper Kupp, to me, is going to be like a high wide receiver 2. And we needed a little bit better of a floor. So I feel pretty good about it. What's up, Jason? Good to see you, dude. We are 3 or 4 rounds just about into this follow-up season. It's been, again, 3 years since we've done a sleeper league? And this is going to be a fun one, man. This is one of those that you follow along the entirety of the year. Making moves, trying to make trades happen. I know there's people out there that are already asking before the draft even started if we're going to get an opportunity to trade some picks. We're gonna save that for after the draft. Have some fun trying to make a deal, strike a deal. You got Lad. Hey, okay, so that's who you are in there, man. Director's KS. KS. That's going to be the team for Jason. Pretty cool, man. Thank you so much for jumping in on the opportunity. I was bummed that we weren't able to get the league fee thing working. Again, it's been a while since I've used Sleeper. I thought that they were going to handle all of that on the background, but it was always the plan to put forward a signed jersey to first place. Give everybody a good reason to click on and manage their teams throughout the year. Should be cool. Parents were Chargers fans and moved to Vegas before Raiders even thought about coming here. Now that they moved here, it's the hometown team. Sorry, no bowl up for life. Oh no. You know, I'm a Vegas fan, right? The city. Before the Raiders moved there, obviously. Funny enough, there was actually a pocket of Chargers fans out there. I'm sure there still are. But me and the wife liked vacation out there because your dollar can stretch. We're not the biggest gamblers, right? We like good, luxurious hotels. We like shows and food, and you can really stretch the dollar in Vegas to enjoy some stuff like that. If you're not a gambler, which we are not. So we like to vacation in Vegas quite a bit. When the Raiders moved there, it made it. I was actually a little bit excited because I was like, "Yo, I can at least pick up running tight ends. I could pick up a game a season, in Vegas if we're gonna go vacationing there anyway. We can go watch the Chargers." But no, man, it's like $700 for nosebleeds. There's no way I'm paying that much to go sit in the Raiders stadium. Wow, 4 back-to-back-to-back tight ends to back. That's gonna put. I mean, look, we paid up. We paid up for a tight end, and in the end, we're gonna get our pick of another nice pocket of wide receivers. And there's a lot of favorites in here that I'm looking at, man. Let's go here to all. I mean, Devonta Smith is such a value here. We need to continue building the wide receiver position. Devonta sounds a little safer, but I think I'm going to go with one of my favorites. I've been picking him up in almost every single league that I'm in because I think he's going to have a flippin' fantastic year. I'm going to go with Tank Dell here, man. Give me Tank Dell as wide receiver 3 for this team, and I'm feeling pretty happy about it. Devonta Smith, again, is very tempting, right? Very tempting. But I don't know, man. I feel pretty good about it. I have a feeling on Tank Dell, dude. He was my keeper in my home league. I ended up keeping him and Dalton Kincaid. Funny enough, I want to feel strong at tight end this year, and Tank Dell certainly had some spark to him last year, didn't he? Before the injury, like wow, that dude was going off, man. Crazy stuff here for sure. Be in Arizona for the card game. Nice, man. Gambling gets old. Haven't gambled in years. Yeah, I saw this. I'm going to AZ for my trip. The price of a ticket. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Might as well just drive to Arizona, dude. Might as well just drive to Arizona and see, football game out there. That's what I was telling somebody today. I went to get my haircut, and my normal barber was busy, so I was talking to one of the ladies in there that was available to get it done, and he was saying that she's more of a college fan, but she wants to go to an NFL game. I was like, you ought to go to Arizona. Like, it's pretty cheap. Stuff to do out there. It's not a ruckusy crowd. It's not too far away. Like, I think that would be fun. And obviously, I mentioned the Chargers, but, I think she's a Chiefs fan. So I don't want to mention the AFC West guys. Tank could end up being your wide receiver 1. He could. I'm a big fan of Tank Dell, dude. There's no bigger fan than, you guys know Dan Wolkenstein from Chargers Unleashed. He was the biggest Tank fan even before he was drafted to the NFL. He wanted him on the Chargers so bad. After which, though, I started following him in NFL, of course, like everybody else, and he's just been unbelievably good. And I'm definitely here for it, man. I'm definitely here for it. Tank Dell, I will take that every day of the week. And all of a sudden, I'm feeling pretty good at wide receiver, right? Like, we got maybe one of the top 3 running backs in fantasy. We got 3, I would say, a really high ceiling in Marvin Harrison. We got 2 really good floors in Dell and Cup. We got the number 1 tight end. Man, I'm feeling good about that. How did Breece Hall fall to 8? I have no clue. I was sitting here getting stoked to draft. My pick probably there would have been AJ Brown. I certainly would have been happy probably with Amon-Ra St. Brown too, actually. Either of those. I was ready to go wide receiver, is what I was going to say, and then try and hit a running back on the curve. But no, Breece Hall at 8. I will definitely take that, man. I will definitely take that. And we're getting ready to hit the curve here again, too. Who ended up going right after us? Tank Dell. Amari Cooper is a good pick there. Kamara. Adunze going a little early, too. Looks like Jason stacking those rookie wide receivers while he can. Kyle Pitts off the board after that. We should be up right around this area where David Montgomery, Swift, Ramondre Stevenson, Scary Terry, Najee. If we want to go quarterback at that point, there's some options. The rankings are way different on Sleeper. That's all I'm going to say. There are players here that I would have drafted well ahead of what I'm seeing, which is going to be the plan if they end up making it down to us. What pick are we at? 6? Yeah, man. Yeah, okay. Okay. Who do I got left at running back? Running back, I mean, because of how good Breece Hall is, I'm not going to sweat too much about who running back 2 is, and I'm seeing some pretty good ones. Right? Even when you come down here, like, I guess down here it does get a little sketch. But I feel pretty confident we'll get one good RB2 at some point. I'm not going to ignore value, though, to reach for running back if we don't have to. Because once we get down here, we'll see. We'll see. Now I'm looking at the ADP on Sleeper and thinking, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who's available. Because, like, even down here in these later picks, seeing, you know, Godwin and Rice and Ridley and even Addison makes me think we can still get some value at wide receiver later. It's just, it would be very hard for me to pass up on Devonta Smith if he's still there, which he's been continuing to fall. And if we go running back, there's a few that I kind of like here. As RB2, however, it's interesting. It's a little tricky. What do you think? Austin Eckler, Edwards, Benson, Orem. Where are some of these other guys? Did they already get drafted? Walker, Jones, Mixon, Kamara, Cook, White. No. We'll have to go looking. We'll see. We'll see who's there. Because, it's going to be very difficult to pass on Devonta Smith to reach for a running back if he's still there. That would be very, very, very difficult for me. You didn't charge your card? Your card for what, dude? Oh, it didn't charge. You're saying for the league fee here? No, don't worry about it. I think what had ended up happening was that I was under the impression that Sleeper would handle the league fees. I was reading somewhere around there that it would do that. But apparently we're in a league where it's something that you handle separately. And so I was like, whatever. Let's keep it a free league for everybody in here. There's still a jersey up for grabs at the top. Man, this is crazy. David Montgomery's off. And now we got to consider, do we reach for a running back now, which we're not going to pick again until all the way down here, or do we take a huge steal in Devonta Smith? Oh, man. This is tough. We got 30 seconds to decide. Do we go with the value here? Do we take a guy in DeAndre Swift, who I'm actually reasonably high on? I also like Najee at this spot. Ramondre's not too bad. But I think the Bears' offense is going to be a little different, a little special this year because they finally got a quarterback. I think it's going to help DeAndre Swift out. He's one of my favorite left on the board. We need an RB2. I hate passing up on Devonta Smith. Yeah, Herbicide, you got a great deal on him, dude. But I think we're at the point where we just had to take a running back. There's going to be some other wide receivers I like down here. Because that was our second running back, DeAndre Swift. So, yeah, I think that was probably the move, wasn't it? That was probably the move. And, yeah, Jason, don't worry. The league is now free. I messed up on the league fee thing. So we're going to keep this league free. But I want people to pay attention and still make moves. You know what I mean? And still put some stock in every week to this league. So we're going to put up a jersey, a signed jersey. Actually, this one right here. I have this beautiful royal blue signed. Is it a 9 or is it a 6? The 9 or is it a 6? Let's see the other side. What is it? Oh, a junior? Oh, so that's probably that's Asante Samuel Jr., yo. Asante Samuel Jr. jersey for first place in this league. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. All right, right after us, Devontae Smith, George Pickens, Stevenson, Flowers, Mostert could be sneaky good. Kirk, Harris, yeah. So by the time it got back to us, we're probably looking at taking, holy crap, Zach Moss, Brooks, but he's not even going to play for a while. Jalen Warren, Devin Singletary, Austin Eckler. Like, it would have been rough. It would have been kind of rough. At this point, though, running back 3, there's options. We don't have to reach. We don't have to reach. Let's take some value while we can find it. I see. What do we have? Around here? Yeah. I see some good players. Do I regret taking a tight end early? Nah. That's something I've been trying to pay attention to this whole time. Like, if we didn't take Laporta, could I have gotten one of these value guys? I think the guy that I would have been targeting would have been Dalton Kincaid, and it would have been in this round. And I would have missed him by 4 picks and been really mad. I'm glad we got Sam Laporta. I don't even have to worry about that in my home league because he's my keeper. Kincaid, my keeper. You do another draft, or is this the last one? This may be the only one of this format because this is one that I will have to manage the whole year. Everyone is going to have to pay attention to this one. Trades, setting lineups, and all that stuff. But I think we're going to do another underdog draft here pretty soon. We may even do one in this stream if it doesn't go too long for this first draft. I don't know. We'll see. I got the fever. I got the fantasy football fever. Tua off the board. Oh, yes! Yes! Wait. Weren't we supposed to be... Oh, yes! Ha-ha! Let's go! This is one of my favorite receivers. I'm going to be looking for him in my home league, too. We got Scary Terry, Jaden Daniels. Let's go. Let's rock. Let's go, dude. I'm so hyped. We were a little sketch with our wide receivers. I'm very happy with Terry McLaurin as our wide receiver. What, 4? I love me some Scary Terry, dude. Sorry, Morthenian. Yeah, I know. I was like, someone out there is going to pick him. I didn't think he was going to fall. I had zero faith that he was going to fall to us. But hey, man, I will take that every day of the week. Absolutely, dude. Let's go, man. That's a great pick. Now, do we start looking at quarterback? Nah, man. I think we got some time. What blows my mind, actually, he's not on here because he got drafted really early, but Justin Herbert in a lot of the leagues I've been in hasn't even been drafted, man. That's going to be such a value pick later on. Envy says, I'm herbicide, by the way. Oh, okay, Envy. All right, man. Hey, dude, first off, $2 haul. Thank you. Let's take a look at his team real quick. Bijan, Puka, Collins, solid. Walker, Connor, Smith, Tua. Okay. All right, I see you, dude. I see you, Envy. I see you. Saint says, count me in front. Saint, you got a problem, man. We gotta get you with a counselor. We gotta get you with a therapist, somebody to help you find God and tackle this obvious addiction in fantasy football that's wedged itself between you and your loved ones. I know you've been slacking at work. The kids haven't been hugged in a while. I'm the same way, dude. I'm the same way. What's up, Nightwave? It's fantasy football season, man. Thanks for the invite for fantasy draft. This is addicting. Yeah, Young West, this is fun. I'm glad the members were able to fill it up too, because it's with my peers, people that we know. That's definitely fun, man. How's the draft going so far? I'm feeling good, man. I'm pretty confident in my team. There's some squads out there too, dude. There's definitely some squads. How did you know? Saint is my name, he says. It seems like a line from John Wick or something. So what do we got coming up next? So we're up in 4 picks. There's continued value at wide receiver we've been seeing the whole draft, which I don't mind taking there. What are some of the running backs that have been going around here? Tony Pollard, Williams, Chubb just came off the board. Interesting. We're gonna need. We only have 2. We're gonna need at least 2 more. I gotta go see where I'm willing to draw the line here, because there's gonna be some guys that. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually not too worried yet. Cameron Dicker. the sleeper app just went, what the? There's a voice line, a sound effect that goes, what the? First kicker off the board. You're going to have to respect it, though, man. The man just got paid today. Now he's on Chazakis's team. The new $22 million man. Dicker the kicker takes the field. Points down. Chazakis. It's up. It's good for 65 yards. Chargers win. Everyone storming the field. I respect it. I dig it and respect it. Good stuff, man. Smitch, hey, so you're in the league too. Smitch 14, right? Lamb, A-Chain, or A-Chan, Pacheco, Moore, Bride, Flowers, Worthy. Low-key, man. That's a good team. Yeah, you got CD at spot 4 too. Yeah, I'm sure you're hyped on that squad. He said, what's up, man? Happy to be in the league. Hey, Smitch, welcome. Let's have some fun this year. Let's play a nice, clean game. No hits below the belt. Please, Smitch. Just a Smitch. No? He says it is. It's from John Wick 2. You're lying, Saint. You're lying, right? That's not from John Wick 2. I've seen that movie once, and there's no way. You have fantasy coming up with your main draft tomorrow, I believe. Hoping I can get a good team. Hey, good luck to everybody. May the fantasy gods bless you all with the #1 squad in your leagues, and may humiliation and pain sweep over your league mates as you dominate in 2024. I'm blessing the chat right now. Bless him. Bless him. I'm so tired. Saint says, what do you think of mine? We're going to go over all of them at the end here. Let me grab my pick here real quick. Who came off the board before me? Jonathan Brooks. Jaden Reed's a great value here. I got a high ceiling guy that I've had my eye on everywhere. It's really tough because there's another player that I really do like here in terms of a backup running back, but we could go Dak Prescott and feel okay. Oh, this is really tough, dude. What are our floor guys? McLaurin, Dell, Cup. Then we got the ceiling guy and Harrison. Do we finish off the wide receivers now or later? Or do we go running back? To be transparent with you guys, it's Jalen Warren is the guy. He's got a hamstring thing going on, though. That's why he's been slipping, at least for me. I think I'm going to take the value at receiver. Jaden Reed is cool, but I personally want a high ceiling guy, and I think one of the best high ceiling guys this year is Rashee Rice. Whatever you think of his situation is what it is, but he could be a popper in fantasy football this year. And I think floor guys, I mean, Jaden Reed could be good. Calvin Ridley could be good. Chris Godwin could be good. But I feel like as far as ceilings are concerned, Rashee Rice is a good pick. And then we got to figure out running back on the curve. And there's some options. I think we did the right thing. I think wide receiver was the move in that round. And I think running back is something we can address on that curve. Yeah, I'm good. We have how many wide receivers now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Now I feel very good about wide receiver. I like a lot of the running backs coming up. Cool. Yeah, and Moss and Warren and Eckler, those guys aren't going to make it back to us anyway. But like, if even further down, this is kind of where I feel comfortable with that sort of value. You drafted a Chiefs player. I know. I'll be punishing myself later. You guys don't worry about that. My wife will be involved. It would be a form of suffering. I can't promise it will be unpleasant, but there will be some punishment involved in that pick later. All right. The loser of this league should have to do something. You want someone to take the Sacco, is what you're saying, right? We need a Sacco in this league. That would be interesting. How do we go about that? See. So Razzo, 2 seconds. We'll take a look at his team here in a second. Calvin Ridley's not a bad pick. Let's take a look at Saint real quick. TMC, great. I'm sure you were crapping your pants getting him in the second. Olave, Jacobs, Pittman, Jones, Kirk, Burrow, Ridley. Okay. That ain't bad. I can dig it. What's a Sacco? The Sacco was the punishment trophy in one of the best TV shows to ever grace this planet called The League. If you haven't watched The League and you're a fantasy football advocate, you are doing yourself a disservice. That is literally one of the best shows ever produced. It should still be on TV today. I hate that they canceled it because every season, I would say the last few seasons were a little weird, but for the most part, that show defines what fantasy football should be for everybody. It's so great. Everybody has to take it. Everybody's got to watch it if you play fantasy football. Driving and drafting. Saying I can't condone this. These actions are dangerous. Why would you tell me? Now I have anxiety. Is this a trick? Is this a strat? This might be a strat. I think we're getting bamboozled. Gus Edwards off the board. What are we looking at as far as value here? Jordan Addison's a great value. Brown's going to be a little later, but he'll be a good value. We can go quarterback. I like some of the rookie receivers. I love Deontay Johnson. Brian Robinson, Trey Benson, Zeke. Uh-oh. Wait. Oh, okay. Good pick by Saint. I was looking at Devin Singletary. I was like, what grabs Devin Singletary on the curve? That's okay. We got some plan Bs out here. Cool. Yeah, I just got to double check and make sure. Dang it, plan B was Brian Robinson. Okay. We probably should go running back, right? It kills me though, because there's some good talent here. There's a couple of players that I still really like a little further down. Do we take the risk? Because we have a curve coming up. Do we take the risk? I don't know. How many seconds we have? 30 seconds? Okay, let's sit and think for just a second here. A second here. You guys like Benson? It's not quite time yet, I don't think, to panic. And there's one player I really, really like. How many wide receivers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we get our last wide receiver here and feel good about it? No, we got to go with it. I like this player. Go Spears. Tajay Spears. He's not the starter yet, but I think he'll get his chance at some point. I like Benson a lot too, but he's got to go. He's got to overcome James Conner. I like Spears. Spears, all right. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how we feel about that on the curve. If Connor goes down, Benson goes all the way. Yeah, Benson's a great pick too. The one that I was struggling with was just taken by Morthanian. Deontay Johnson, I think, is being heavily slept on. I think he's going to be a really, really good player, especially down here, in the 9th round? Like, that was the one, bro. Morthanian. I respect the brain power, dude. Truly. But you're what, Saint? You're what? So Watson. Connor's been injury prone lately. Yeah, no, I like Trey Benson a lot too. I think Spears is a little bit more proven though, right? We've seen some good stuff from him. In the absence of Derrick Henry, which Henry had a surprisingly an off-character healthy year last year. But when Spears is on the field, he looked really good. And that offense has really been a running offense for the longest time. Are they going to change all of a sudden with Will Levis? I think not. I like Spears. You're praying that Brian Thomas comes back to you? Brian Thomas! Okay. I can respect it. Jordan Addison finally off the board. Good value. For Chazikis. Good value. How many picks are in this draft? 15. So we're rounding the corner here. We're rounding the corner. We've got 3 running backs, which is a little concerning. We still need a quarterback. But the wide receivers are so strong. We do have one of the best running backs in football. We probably got to pay attention to the running backs on this curve, though. I don't know. We'll see. When's the next pick after that one? Yeah, it's a little sketch. We'll see. We'll see where we go. Because JSN, Hollywood Brown, even at this point, is not a bad value. Schultz off the board here. 49ers defense goes to Jason. Got feeling that'll be the next quarterback. You saying? Oh, OBJ. Sorry, I read that as QB. OBJ or JJ. Yeah, as far as Brian Thomas, man, everyone slept on him because he was playing second banana to Malik Neighbors. But man, if Neighbors wasn't on that team, there'd be so much more hype for Brian Thomas than there would be right now, man. Like he was crazy good at LSU, dude. He was awesome. Hey, who's playing tonight? Is there any good games on today? I know tomorrow's gonna be fun. I need me some football, dude. Yeah, he's gonna be a good player, man. Was Thomas a rookie last year? No, he's this year. Brian Thomas he was drafted this year to the Jags. Yeah, there you go. Marthenian. Oh, Marthenian! He took that knife and he said, "Look, there's Saints back, and we are going to slash and twist and slice and shove and rip until the tears ripple through the chat and through the world." Somewhere out there is a Saint punching their steering wheel, screaming the name Marthenian. Man, Benson off the board right before us. Probably wise. That's exactly who we're going to take. But you know what? Even though I do see some value in here, I'm not going to touch Zeke. There is one player that I have pretty highly ranked that should be a lot higher, that I think is going to be a really good player this year. And he goes by the name of Chase Brown. I think Chase Brown is going to chase Moss out of the building and take that RB1 spot sooner than later. And even if he doesn't, I think he's going to be a threat in terms of taking the receiving back work from Zach Moss. I like Chase Brown, dude. I think he's a good talent, and I think he's going to get some opportunity sooner than later. Let's see what makes it back to us. We have a minute before we get to pick again, and we only have a few players left. So running back is a little thin, other than Breece Hall, which Breece Hall is fantastic. We got Swift and Spears and Brown, not too shabby. I like it. Wide receiver, all of a sudden look great. Harrison, Kupp, Dell, McLaurin, Rice. Yeah, that's good. Now we got to decide what to do with the rest of these bench spots. I'm thinking we go one more running back deep. How many wide receivers have? Maybe one more wide receiver. We still need a quarterback, and then that's kicker defense, right? That's all she wrote. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll see what the good Lord sends our way, because we're at that point now where it's definitely go time for the value. Zeke, what do you guys think Zeke's gonna do in Dallas now, man? Does he just pick up where he left off? Like he was just this mediocre, okay, not terrible, not great, running back in Dallas. Then he went and poo-pooed the bed in New England and came back. He came sniveling back. I don't know, man. B! I know what you're trying to say, Miguel. What's up, dude? You're afraid of my wide receiver core, actually. Oh, really? Thank you, sir. Marthenian's got a good team, though, too, man. Like, again, no flack, and I'm not making fun of anybody. I promise. I swear to God. There's some beginners in here a little bit. We got a couple of quarterbacks going a little early to Z show. Other than that, though, I mean, he kind of picked it up pretty good later. Mixon, Metcalf, Ayuk. Like, he's got stuff to work with. But you can tell there's some guys that maybe a bit more long in the tooth when it comes to drafting in general. They came in here with a strategy, a plan. Whatever them Europeans are drinking out there, it's working in terms of fueling their fantasy knowledge in connection with the fantasy gods. Well, Zeke even hit 1,000 yards. I think Zeke would be lucky to hit 700. He may be a touchdown vulture, though. That's all I'm going to say. Like, he may be a guy that's out here. He maybe touches double digits barely, like with 10 touchdowns, because they'll be looking at him in that situation a lot. We got some tight ends. We got Caleb Williams, Hopkins off the board. Oh, well, look at that. We're already 3 picks in. We got some options at quarterback. I like Jaden Daniels, Jared Goff. JSN. Ooh. We have room for one more wide receiver as well, man. I don't know. Butker got off the board right before us. So, to be quite transparent, I think the pick was going to be Jerome Ford. I think that would have helped us out tremendously in terms of the running backs. But outside of that, it's Zach Charbonnet, Chuba Hubbard, Rico Dodal, Ty Chandler, Jalen Wright. Okay. I think we're just gonna go with the value at JSN, right? It feels like that's the way that this should end with the wide receivers. It feels good. Feels good. Like that wide receiver group is nice, man. Like it makes up for the fact that Harrison is a pure ceiling, shot in terms of upside. Like he could be great, he could be okay, but the depth that we got at wide receiver along the way really helped us find ourselves. I like it. I think the only thing I'm a little bit worried about is the depth at running back, but RB2 for DeAndre Swift, it could be worse. Spears and Brown have upside. We're gonna have to take one more, but we'll see where everything lands. And as far as quarterback is concerned, how much time we got before we're starting to panic? I think we're okay. Yeah, we really only go in like one deep on the quarterback, and then we'll see what happens throughout the year. There's always guys that get dropped. We'll see what happens. Smitch! Welcome to the crew, my friend. You were in the crew already, right? I wonder if he just renewed. He's like, I'm not missing this. I'm starting to wonder if we should do streams just for the crew. You know what I mean? I think that's something I have the option of doing. Just so we're not taking up, notifications of the general populace. I don't know. Had to take Ford. Yeah, you grabbed him right before. I'm maybe he was going to go kicker all along. But yeah, Ford was a good pick. He's going to be the starter pretty much out there. At least the first half of the year before Nick Chubb comes back. Members only streams. You guys want some members only fans? Just kidding. Yeah. Dalvin Cook guessing makes that'll fall, huh? Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't know what that room's gonna look like in Dallas. It's a little undefined at this point. I was looking to see if there's any of these guys I had my eye on a little later down the board. I don't know about that, man. We'll see, because we need at least one more running back, right? How many running backs we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. I would like at least... Actually, I would like 2 more if we can get away with it, but... We're pretty good at wide receiver. Charbonnet's not a bad pick here. That may have to be it, actually. I love that JJ McCarthy is still over Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is so bad. How bad is he? He's so bad that JJ McCarthy, who's on IR, is still ranked ahead of him. Man, and 2 spots down is Russell Wilson and Sam Darnold. That's tough. That's pretty tough, man. Not gonna lie. A.D. Mitchell, Charbonnet feels like it's got to be the move, right? He's a little dinged up, though. Ah, hell. I don't mind A-Rod if we have to wait on quarterback or Kirk Cousins. Shoot, man. I still love the wide receivers, but our cup overfloweth at this point. It's time to make a move, director. Do we go Zach Charbonnet and have ourselves a really nice 1-2 option with Kenneth Walker? Do we wait a little longer? Because we might need 2 running backs. I think it's time. Let's take one of our quarterbacks. Let's take Trevor Lawrence. That's our first quarterback. I was hoping actually that Jared Goff would make it back to us, but Trevor Lawrence ain't bad. Lawrence ain't bad. Let's take a look at the team here. Charbonnet is gone. Doms, Judy. Okay. We needed a quarterback. You can do worse than Trevor Lawrence. So much wide receiver value fell in this draft. Yeah, it's actually kind of nuts. I kind of have been learning my lesson, man. Daniel Jones don't even deserve a name. Eddie. Hey, let's all be chill. Let's all be chill. Let's all chill out. There are some names that are more flyers later on that, you know, maybe we'll grab something. Because what we have defense and kicker still to consider here in these 2 spots. We basically are down to one more. We don't have to get a backup tight end because we got the backup tight end. We can go double up on quarterback if we wanted to. We could take a flyer on running back. I mean, Alexander Madison, isn't he the starter? No, he's not. I mean, he's RB2. Duh. He's a good RB2. Are there any sneaky starters still left at running back? Gibson's a 2. Miller's hurt. Wright is like a 3 at this point, right? Ty Chandler's a 2. Chuba Hubbard's a 1 for now. I don't know. It's tough. Because by the time Jonathan Brooks comes back, he's going to be, you know, he's not going to be worth it. And we're trying to draft a depth guy that we would need throughout the whole season, maybe, right? I don't know. Feels like you go for an upside guy or nothing at this point. Yeah, we'll see. This is cool though, man. I'm glad that we did this. It's always been this like toss up in which, you know, do I have time? Is there going to be enough interest? I was worried that we weren't going to fill this up in time. I was like, we're going to have to send this out to the public with the Twitter or Insta or something to get it filled up. But no, you guys filled it up just with the members, which is pretty cool. And at the time, it was a $25 buy-in. I was like, you guys are going to have to pony up. So with this, this is worth it to everybody. It'd have been like a $300 pot. You know what I mean? But no, you guys showed up anyway. Yeah, it really did fill up fast too. I was shocked. I was shocked at how fast that thing filled up. So I'm tasked with a couple different things here. We could double up on quarterback, which I don't mind taking a shot on Aaron Rodgers. Kirk Cousins is actually a sneaky good like stash as well. Not even stash. He's in a good offense, man, and he's always slept on. But we may need help at running back. We might want to take a stab at one of these dudes. As far as the value is concerned, Tyler Lockett is still very solid. I got a couple running backs that kind of have my interest, so we'll see if they're there by the time it gets to our pick. If not, we may just go quarterback and feel okay about streaming it a little bit. Got to see, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but the bye weeks on these guys. Where's the bye? See, there's the bye. And we already have a bye 12, right? Is that Lawrence? Is he bye 12? Pretty sure he is. Cousins is a bye 12 as well. We may have to rock with Trevor Lawrence and then pick up somebody rando. Let's go ahead and let's take one last look. I have one. We're on the clock right now. I got one player I've been drafting kind of late because he was so good last year. Is that what I'm looking at? Mitchell, where'd he go? Where's Keaton Mitchell? Oh, there he is. He's gonna miss the first 4 games. He's a stash player. I just don't know, man. I think we're gonna go with more of an upside guy. Jalen Wright in that offense would be absolutely absurd. It was close. Ty Chandler could be cool too, but I think Wright's a good upside running back, right? If he gets more involved, or if God forbid, you know, there's a vacancy in front of him, even at RB2, like I think he would be unstoppable in this offense with the Miami Dolphins. He was so good in college. He was one of those guys I was drafting to the Chargers. Where did he end up going? What round? It must have been like the 4th round, right? Because Jonathan Brooks ended up getting taken a little early, right? And then it was Jalen Wright, Tennessee Dolphins. It feels like it was around the 4th round. Benson came off the board, I think, in the 3rd round. We still had 2 hours when it filled up. Wow, Jason. Wait, really? I feel like it filled up in the first hour that I posted it, and then we had somebody drop out at the last second, and then that spot got filled pretty quick, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I was thinking about going too deep on quarterback just because, you know, it's nice to have streamer options or whatever. They have the same bye week though, so we can still do it. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, like even Matt Stafford, like they'll be available running or quarterbacks on the waiver wire that we can look at. Let's get those upside guys on the roster for now. And we'll see how we feel at the end of the draft here. Take a look at the teams. I almost didn't make this draft, dude, because I have the app on my phone, and I've been using it. I haven't used Sleeper in like 3 years. And 3 years ago, I had a new phone number. I got a new phone number a couple years ago. And so I couldn't get into my account on the computer where we're going to, you know, obviously have to stream it from. So literally up to the last second, I was trying to find a way to shoot the new password over to my new phone number. And it took me a while to figure it out. We barely made it. I was about to message everybody in the league, be like, hey, man, we can't stream it. I'm sorry. I can't get in. But very last second, we busted through. All right. So we're at a point now where we're looking at kicker defense. Well, shoot, man. We're going to wrap this up and feel pretty good about the squad, I have a feeling, dude. Yeah. Hugo says, by the way, I saw you posted a tweet and I clicked on the notification, but it said you had deleted it. Wasn't sure if it had to do with this draft stream. It did. So when I posted that link on Twitter, we still had 3 spots available. I was like, okay, I'll give everybody a shot to get in. But by the time the link had posted, the rest of the positions had already filled. I was like, oh, crap. Well, that's crazy. So I deleted it right away because I was like, I don't want to give everybody hope. This post has literally been up for 20 seconds, and it's already full. I decided just to delete it. How you feel about trades for Elijah Molden, Taylor Heineke? So solid. It's such a new era. Like, we're in a new era of Chargers football where stuff like that's actually going to happen. McPherson, Bass, Sanders is really tempting too. I mean, go out high ADP, right? I don't really know kickers. No one knows kickers. It feels like Jason Sanders is probably the best one, no? Am I dumb? I don't know, let's just go McPherson. We need a kicker. We'll wrap up with defense, and we'll be on our jolly way. I shouldn't have taken that long for a kicker. I apologize. See where we're at after this. I'm excited to look at everybody's teams too. This is a team that is going to last the whole year, man. We got a long ways to go, and I'm here for it, man. I drafted 2 other leagues today too. Had a redraft league, just a public league I've been in forever. I kind of got hooked in. You know what I mean? Like, these boys, man, we've been around a while. And then I had an auction draft. Actually, I was at the doctor's with my wife. She had to go to the doctor's. I'm sitting there drafting in front of the doctor, and she's looking at me like I'm the scum of the earth. Like, your wife is at the doctor's, and you're not paying any attention. I'm like, dude, I didn't know we'd be at the doctor's during my auction draft. I got to pay attention, dude. These guys are trying to steal CeeDee Lamb for nothing, for peanuts. I say this earlier, but when's the last time we had a good kicker that he was extended? Yeah, I'm telling you, man. We got the relief, the sigh of relief throughout the kingdom of Chargers fans has been so nice to hear as we finally figured out it's been how long, dude? It's been how long that kicker has been such a pain in the rear end, this team. Feels good. Envy says he's excited for his last pick. All right, let's see. Let's see what Envy's got up his sleeve, man. Let's see what Envy's got going on. Envy, you said you're herbicide, right? That's you? SU, we'll pay attention. We'll watch. We'll see. Wow us, my man. Think you call the Chargers. Because I've been seeing that the players that you say in your video we get, they must be watching your videos. Sure, you're not talking to the GM. Hey, man, if we're secretly helping the Chargers on the side, I mean, it's a good world we live in. We don't need no credit. We're out here being the hero we need, not the hero, or vice versa, or however it goes. Remember when we had Young Wei Koo? Yeah. That was one of the biggest gut punches too, where I was like, dude, we had a guy. we let him go. And he's been consistently great with the Falcons. Chandler. See who's available here at the end. But yeah, man, this is cool. I'm excited. Everybody that's in this draft, I know there's still one more round to go. I want you to post a grade for yourself. I want to know with the goggles on where you guys think you ended up. What you feel about your team. And also leave your username if it's not the same as on YouTube. So I'm not all confused when we're going through all these. So yeah, of course, we're going to look at all the teams. Yeah, baby. We got some nice value wide receiver. I'm not going to lie, man. Starters look solid, but the depth is insane, man. Running back's a little sketch, but everything else is great. We got the best tight end in football too. Let's go. Let's go. Love my team. Bit thin at running back. Got very high hopes for my top two. Yes, sir. Mitch. Lamb and Achan. Yeah, that's a solid starting two, dude. That's solid. Young West, give my team a C+, B-. It's only your second ever draft. Really? We'll see. We'll be honest with you, man. We'll shoot it straight with you. We'll see how it looks at the end here. QJ. Hey, you weren't lying there, Envy. He going QJ with his last pick. I respect the crap out of that, man. I love it. Quentin Johnston might end up being the steal of the draft. Who's Commanders playing week 1? Is that why they're so high here? I feel like New Orleans was playing a team that was not so good. I feel like that's what I've been drafting. We'll go New Orleans. Just get this done. First ever draft, solid B for Telesco's nightmare. Oh, man. We'll take a look-see, man. First draft. Okay. I respect it. We'll take a look. We'll see everybody's teams, see where they shape up. You guys been chatting in here? You guys just been chatting in there? It's probably better that it's on the stream, though, right? So everybody can participate. I don't know, man. I feel pretty solid about the squad, man. I feel like we're gonna give people a run for their money this year. Morthenian almost caught me last time. You remember that, Morthenian? First time we did this, what, 3 years ago? I think it was me and you in the Super Bowl, wasn't it? I think it was Director and Morthenian for Super Bowl, what would that have been? 2021? 2022 or 2020? I don't remember. I think it was Super Bowl 2020. Super Bowl 2021. It was me and Morthenian back then. And there was a helmet up for grabs. I told myself if I won the league that I would never part with it, and I stuck by it. It's still in my studio. Would love you to do a director's picks for fantasy vid. Hey, Koze. I like it, man. I think you're going to see a lot of that this year at the top of my actual videos, because I want to strengthen this partnership I have with Underdog Fantasy, because it is people don't understand, because there's so many buttheads that abuse their privileges on apps like that, you know, that I'll say it's got a bad rap because there's people that don't know how to handle themselves when they're participating in fantasy football, especially daily fantasy, right? They put forth more than they can afford, which you shouldn't. That's not what daily sports is for. That's not what platforms like that are for. They're so that you can participate, you know, in the season and have more fun with it. And even me, like, you know, I'm partnered, and and all that with underdog, and I don't go crazy with it. I never do. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's changed the way I consume football, and it's made the season so much more fun. And yeah, I'm really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to this year. So we're gonna try and step it up with underdog and have some more fun with it. All right, we're gonna go team by team, left to right. No favorites, right? We're going to see how everybody did. Can I make this a little smaller to fit everybody on the screen, or should we just scroll? It's a little... Let's just get everybody on here. Cool. We'll go one by one. All right. Herb Z Show. Now, Herb, I love you. You're the man. I thank you so much for participating. For the first draft, I think you picked yourself up quite nice in the middle rounds. But definitely some rookie mistakes with the quarterbacks going early here. Justin Herbert, Josh Allen. The reason for that is quarterbacks tend to have a smaller margin in between. There's some outliers like Pat Mahomes and, of course, Josh Allen, which you got the #1 quarterback this year. And I think that's around his ADP anyway, so no worries. But outside of that, Ayuk, Metcalf, Mixon, Harris, Ferguson, Komet. Yeah, it could be, but you got to get some more running backs on there. But, other than that, for a first timer, we'll give you that solid B, right? That solid B. I think that's fair, right? I think everybody, that's fair. That's fair. Saint Razzo. We know this is a veteran out here. We got of fantasy football. We got Christian McCaffrey, the running back 1-1, who I will be selecting in my draft on Sunday with the #1 pick. Chris Olave, Josh Jacobs, Pittman, Jones, Kirk, Burrow, Ridley, Singletary, Corum, Freiermuth, Steelers, Williams, Moody, and Allen. I like it, man. I give that squad a solid B, maybe B plus even. The Christian McCaffrey probably bumps you up a grade there. Very good spot. Very good pick. ASAP, Justin Jefferson, Kyron Williams, Deebo Samuel, Anthony Richardson. You got some of my guys all over this roster. Mark Andrews, Mostert, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, J.K. Dobbins, Myers, T-Hawk. All right. I'm going to give ASAP a solid C, C+. Got some really nice stacks at the top here. Maybe a little thin on the depth a little further down, but definitely not bad. You got a great. I'm going to give you B-. I'm going to say B- because I like your top 4 picks a lot, maybe even 5. Very, very nice. Smitch has got a really nice 1-2 punch in the top 2 rounds. I would say even top 3 rounds. Lamb, Achane, Pacheco, Chef's kiss. Beautiful. Beautifully done. DJ Moore, Trey McBride, a top 3 tight end, right? He's going to stack that beautifully with Flowers. Worthy's a nice upside player. Warren's a nice backup. He's probably even going to overtake Najee at some point if given the opportunity. Reed is a great value. Elliott. Is Caleb Williams your guy? Okay, so he's your guy at quarterback. He can do a lot worse than him. Shakir. This is a good team. I'm going to give this one a B+. That's a good squad, Smitch. That's actually a pretty solid, good squad. Bigder. We got Tyreek Hill. London Adams. This man going crazy with the wide receivers. Didn't even pick up a running back until Ramondre Stevenson and Zach Moss. Going to get himself Jordan Love, Dak Prescott. I would say you probably have one of the strongest wide receiver rooms in this draft. Little thin at running back, not going to lie, but you do have my guy Dalton Kincaid at tight end. I'm going to give this a C+, B-. B-. Give it B- here. Yeah, that wide receiver room's too good to be a C+. That's a B-. Young West. You're going to start this thing off with Jamar Chase, Derrick Henry, Pat Mahomes. That is like a 3-stack that has been ruling this fantasy football platform for, 10 years now? Chase a little bit more recent. Waddle, Kittle, Pickens, Pollard, Godwin, Edwards, Sutton, Ford, Judy, Algier, Sanders, and the Lions. That's definitely not bad, man. I think it's a very balanced squad. That one is a B for me. That's a B squad. That looks good. I like it. That's a good squad. Herbicide, a.k.a. Envy. He's going to get himself Bijan Robinson. Love that at the top with Puka and Collins. Walker. Solid top 4. Connor, Smith, Tua, Goddard, Robinson. Chargers, Butker, Dobbs, Graves, or Musgrave, Quentin Johnson. That's a good squad, especially up top. Up top, that's a fantastic squad. I'm going to give that one a B+. I'm going to give that a B+. I'm going to let you guys grade mine. I'm just going to go over all the players. We're going to go with Breece Hall, Marvin Harrison, Sam Laporta, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, DeAndre Swift, Terry McLaurin, Rashee Rice, Tajay Spears, Chris Brown, Chase Brown, JSN, Trevor Lawrence, Jalen Wright, Evan McPherson, and the Saints. You guys can give me a grade in the chat. Moving on to March Madness with Amon-Ra, the Sun God. We got Barkley, Hurts, White, Cooper, Montgomery, Ingram, Brooks, Coleman, Benson, Daniels, Mitchell, Brown, Sinnott, and Gay. Actually, that's a pretty solid squad there. I'm actually going to give that one. I like that squad a lot. It's a fringe B+ for me. I like that squad. Morthenian, man, my guy. A.J. Brown, ETN. And this is tough. This is tough drafting from the back half. A.J. Brown, ETN, Evans, Cook, Kamara, Murray, Williams, Njoku, Deontay. Yeah, you got some my guys down here too, man. Brian Thomas, Goff, Palmer, Lockett. This is an A- for me, man. That's a well-balanced squad. Got James Cook in there too. Good team, man. That's a good team. This one's Jason, right? Jason's going to start off with Gibbs, Kelsey, McConkey, Stroud, Adunze, White, Purdy, Bowers, Watson, Niners, Aubrey, Vidal. That's a nice squad, too. I'm going to give this one a C+. B- C+. Got some great talent here in Gibbs and Kelsey to start things off. And finally, we got Chazakis. Which one's Chazakis? Chazakis. We got Jonathan Taylor, Garrett Wilson, Lamar, Diggs, Pitts, Higgins, Chubb, Dicker, Addison Schultz, Ravens, Dowdle, Leggett, Rogers, and Davis. Chazakis gets a B+ from me. Good players. Good. Overall, man, this is not a bad squad. This ain't a bad freaking league this year, man. Yeah, there's a lot of good upside all over. You guys actually knew who you were looking for in these rounds, which are especially hard. I say in the bottom half, especially hard to get right. You guys seem to know what you're doing out here, man. It should be a lot of fun. Remember, as a reminder, if you win this league, if you get first place, and I'm talking 1-1, right? You get first place, not second, not third. You get first place. I'll be contacting you on the Sleeper app with the direct message. You will provide me with your shipping address, and I will be sending you this. If you grab first place in this league, this is a signed Asante Samuel jersey. You'll also get, for whatever it's worth, a message from me. Maybe a little lipstick on the envelope, you know what I'm saying? Should be fun, though, man. It should make it fun and competitive, and we'll be chiming in and poking our heads in on this league as the season goes on. We're going to be looking in, especially at halftime. That's going to be kind of the halftime show for this channel. We're going to be looking into how the underdog drafts are looking, on how the sleeper draft is doing. Should be a lot of fun, man. Everybody, thank you so much for chiming in, for jumping in here. This is a kind of an impromptu thing. I woke up, actually it was a couple of days ago, and I was like, I think we're going to do the league, and I think we're going to wait until Friday evening, wait till everyone's off work, and see if we can throw something down. You guys showed up. It was a lot. It was very, very awesome, man. We're going to do an underdog best ball. Are you hungry? I'm not too hungry today, but I am tired today, even though we're about finished with this guy. A long week. I think I'm gonna go put my feet up and watch a movie with the kiddos, right? I think it'll be fun. But yeah, we will definitely be doing another underdog. Season kicks off Thursday, so I think we're gonna try and fit in 2 more underdog drafts, maybe even 3. One of them I think is just gonna be on Twitter. So if you guys want a chance to be in an underdog best ball draft, number 1, make sure you got the underdog account set up and everything. Use code director to get double the money that you put in for the first deposit, up to $1,000. We may put a link out on Twitter to do one this weekend. I have a bunch of drafts this weekend, so we'll see if we have time. But for sure, we'll do at least 2 more. One on Wednesday, like the final last call, and then maybe one on Monday. Maybe. We'll wait and see. All right, guys, thank you so much. This has been The Director. We'll catch you next time. As always, bolt up, stay frosty, and good luck to the new Directors Prime League, right? We'll call it the Directors Prime League. All members on here, good luck, and may the best man win. Signed, Asante Samuel. We'll see you guys soon. Get in on the action this season with Underdog Fantasy's Pick'em game. Select higher or lower between 2 and 8 players and compete for up to 325 times your entry. Use code DIRECTOR when signing up to receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick.